Alright, look, we're not saying that your team is winning the Super Bowl this year. But hey, hear us out. There is one legit reason why every single fan base across the NFL should be feeling at least a little bit dangerous heading into the 2025 season. Whether it's a breakout star, a coaching upgrade, or just the sweet relief of a clean slate, every team's got something. Besides, this is the time of year that all fans have to do is be optimistic. Can't be heading into the year all doom and gloom. So, how about we talk about the one real reason to actually be optimistic about your squad heading into the 2025 season. Arizona Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a star in the making. Kyler Murray is finally healthy, and now he's throwing to Marvin Harrison Jr., who, while somewhat quiet in year one, still has all the makings of a generational talent. If he even halfway lives up to the hype, Arizona's offense gets very dangerous in a hurry. And we could see the balance of power change rather quickly in the NFC West. Atlanta Falcons finally have a franchise quarterback. The Falcons finally get some excitement with a young stud like Michael Penix Jr. He may not be super experienced, but he does have the profile of a young buck that is ready to be consistent. And with Bijan Robinson and Drake London around him, this offense finally has a chance to take off. Baltimore Ravens, continuity for Monken and Lamar. Lamar Jackson just had an MVP season 1 year removed from learning a new system. Now, is he able to get after it in year 2 under Todd Monken with some added chemistry, more cohesion, and Zay Flowers looking like a breakout star? The Ravens are now deeper, smarter, and more dangerous than ever. Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen's turn. Yes, Stephon Diggs is gone. Yeah, sure, the defense lost some pieces, but as long as Josh Allen is under center, Buffalo has a real shot. He's a top 3 talent who can turn chaos into touchdowns, and there's not many of those walking around the league right now. And besides, at some point, Buffalo has to be able to actually break through. This multi-generational torture has to come to a stop eventually. Carolina Panthers, Dave Canales will fix Bryce Young. The Panthers got Bryce Young some actual weapons this time around, and more importantly, they gave him an offensive coach who believes in him. Dave Canales did wonders for Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield in years past, and now he gets another top overall pick to help mold and develop. And for anyone doubting Canales' process, look no further than the progress that he made with Young down the stretch of the 2024 season. He looked like a completely different quarterback already. Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson. The Bears have landed Ben Johnson, the top coach on the market and the offensive mastermind behind the recent Lions offensive renaissance. It'll be fascinating to see what he can do to unlock Williams. You know, if he can develop that poise and leadership to go along with the arm talent and off-script magic. Facts are facts. The Bears haven't had this much hope in decades. Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow Revenge Tour. The Bengals are poised to reinsert themselves into the AFC title picture, especially after an insanely frustrating 2024 season when they were one of the best offenses in the league and couldn't close out a game on defense to save their life. The Bengals added a couple of nice pieces to retool that defense, and if they can do just enough, Burrow and the offense should be able to take care of the rest. Cleveland Browns, the Deshaun Watson tragedy is finally over. Of course, they were able to retain their franchise player, Myles Garrett. That was very big. But if you ask anyone in and around that organization, the real monster win was finally parting ways with Deshaun Watson and no longer having that black cloud hanging over the organization. The team may not be ready to win now, but hey, at least they are finally ready to turn the page. And that definitely counts for something after the stretch this team has had the past few years. Dallas Cowboys, Dak is back. Dak's back and healthy. Forget the 2-5 playoff record for a second. Prescott is still a 76-46 regular season winner who knows how to command an offense. And hey, in a wide open NFC, that might be all the edge that they need to get into the dance. Denver Broncos, an elite defense. While everyone is focused on Bo Nix, the truth is that Denver's defense is what should keep Mile High fans sleeping peacefully. This unit quietly finished top 3 in both points and yards per play allowed. And now they've added even more bite with Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga. That defense is looking downright dirty. Detroit Lions, Aiden Hutchinson is back. the Lions were this close, one half away from the Super Bowl. And then the defense collapsed. And a big reason as to why? Well, Aiden Hutchinson was down. And now he's back with a battle-tested supporting cast ready to make another run at it. If he can stay healthy, then they got a shot. Green Bay Packers, weapons reloaded. They've got the youngest skill group in the NFL. And with all that speed there, there's a very good reason to be excited. And Green Bay doubled down with Matthew Golden and Savion Williams in the draft, giving Love actual vertical threats to work with this year. A much-needed improvement to their roster. Houston Texans, an O-line rebuild. CJ Stroud got absolutely rocked last year. I mean, 52 sacks behind a line that crumbled more often than a cookie under pressure. And just when he thought that they'd double down on protection, the Texans traded away longtime anchor Laramie Tunsil. But hey, don't panic just yet. Cam Robinson, Laken Tomlinson, Ed Ingram, and Trent Brown, while also drafting Ariante Irsay in round 2. It's a new cast, and the ceiling on this group is higher than most think. So hey, don't lose hope. There's a lot to look forward to this year. Indianapolis Colts. Put up or shut up for Richardson. All right, this is it. No more preseason puff pieces, no more what-if tweets. For Anthony Richardson, 2025 is officially put up or shut up time. That's why the Colts added former Giants QB Daniel Jones this offseason. Not to be a backup, but to compete. That's the kind of pressure that might finally unlock Richardson's full arsenal. And if not, well, at least the Colts have their answer. Jacksonville Jaguars, Liam Cohen. Jacksonville's new head coach turned Baker Mayfield into a Pro Bowler in Tampa, building an attack that thrived on timing, rhythm, and confidence. Now he gets the keys to a more talented quarterback with a much higher ceiling. Lawrence has been starved for stability and competence, and, well, there's reason to believe that he is getting both here with Cohen. Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, plus Andy Reid. Alright, look, losing in Super Bowl 59 definitely stung, especially in the fashion that they did. But come on, let's get real. Ever since Mahomes took the reins in 2018, the Chiefs haven't missed an AFC title game. It's safe to say at this point that it's not luck. It's an elite QB coach synergy. And of course, a front office that knows how to put the right reinforcements around them. Las Vegas Raiders, Ashton Genty. The Raiders couldn't run to save their lives last season following the departure of Josh Jacobs. But here's the bright side. The front office got in front of it this year through the draft by taking Boise State's Ashton Genty at 6th overall. This dude was absolutely unreal in college, with 2,601 yards and 29 TDs in his final year. And scouts are whispering LT comparisons. Even if he's half that guy, it is a seismic shift for a team that couldn't find the end zone on the ground. So Vegas fans, buckle up. This backfield is about to get very dangerous. Los Angeles Chargers, Harbaugh-ified ground game. Najee Harris is a 1,000-yard veteran, and Omarion Hampton just racked up 3,164 yards over 2 seasons at UNC. This combo brings top-tier juice. With Harbaugh's influence, expect the run game to go from solid to menacing. And it should take a lot of pressure off of Justin Herbert and that defense. Los Angeles Rams, Stafford is back. Matthew Stafford still wrecks it when he's got protection. His clean pocket passing is among the best in the league, and there is a ton of talent around him, including one of the best wide receiver cores led by Puka Nacua. So, bottom line, with Stafford intact, the Rams are set to threaten. Miami Dolphins, pass rush takeoff. Miami's defense is finally cooking on the line. Rookie Chop Robinson exploded in the back half of his rookie year. Add Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips back healthy, plus first-rounder Kenneth Grant, and oh boy, you have a rebuilt engine that is ready to create some havoc. The Dolphins are gearing up to be a two-way squad that might actually be able to sustain a playoff run. Minnesota Vikings, J.J. McCarthy's time. McCarthy is stepping in after injury sidelined him last season. That meant Sam Darnold grabbed the gig. But now it is McCarthy's showtime, and man, talk about tools. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, Aaron Jones. The stage is now all set for McCarthy's breakout year. There is absolutely no doubt about that. New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel revamp. Vrabel's in and ready to make some magic with this squad, starting with the culture, the defense, and young quarterback Drake May. They've scrapped their 2024 captains and culture. Vrabel's cleaned house in order to build his vision. This roster isn't merely rebuilding, it is recalibrating fast. New Orleans Saints, building a foundation on the line. 2025 may not have been pretty in New Orleans, but at least they're taking the right steps to try to set themselves up for the future by focusing on the line, something that bad teams are always terrified to do. That's refreshingly clear, and they addressed it head on. With Texas OT Kelvin Banks Jr. at number 9 and Talisa Fuaga shifting back to right tackle, plus center Eric McCoy returning, that line just got a whole lot meaner. This trench work is the foundation for any hope in the Big Easy. New York Giants, beastly defensive line. Led by Derek Lawrence and a nasty edge duo of Burns and Thibodeau, the G-men were already among the top pass rushing teams in the league last year. Now throw in a first-round pick and Abdul Carter from Penn State, and man, you've got depth, youth, and heat. This front is built to control games, and that kind of swagger is infectious across any locker room. New York Jets, hard reset. Let's face it, the last couple of seasons have been a bit of a dumpster fire for the Jets. Rodgers flamed out, locker room fractured, coaches fired. But 2025? Well, fresh faces across the board. Justin Fields under center, head coach Aaron Glenn calling the shots, and GM Darren Muji steering the ship. That's not just a roster overhaul, it is a complete shift in organizational ethos. New quarterback, new leadership, new identity. Rome wasn't built in a day, but a new Jets foundation starts now. Philadelphia Eagles, elite talent. The reigning champs are still, well, the reigning champs. They returned 20 of 25 snap leaders, lost a few pieces, but still have one of the best rosters. Defense, offense, both are absolutely loaded. And they should be the clear favorites again. There's no spin here. Philly is just built to defend and dominate. Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it was all sort of messy with Rodgers this offseason finalizing the deal, but hey, he's now under contract and Steelers fans should be pumped. Pittsburgh has not had a playoff win since 2016, and yet they brought in a guy that is capable of changing all of that. If Rodgers stays healthy, this season could break the postseason curse. Even if it is just one shot, it is still a real opportunity to flip the script for a fan base that is desperate to break through again. San Francisco 49ers. Christian McCaffrey is back. C-Mac hit the deck on day 1 last year, but he is expected to be back in full force this season with 0 restrictions. This is not cautious optimism. This is an inevitability. A fully healthy McCaffrey in Kyle Shanahan's system isn't just good, he makes that unit capable of going nuclear. Seattle Seahawks, Sam Darnold Redemption Tour Part 2. Granted, Darnold was shaky before getting hot in Minnesota, but Seattle has reason to believe that Kevin O'Connell truly rebuilt him as a quarterback. Now he's got Cooper Kupp, MVS, JSN, all legit targets. Plus OC Clint Kubiak, who should be able to dial up Darnold effectively. If the tools all click, the Seahawks should have a top 10 quarterback and a shot at competing with anyone. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a loaded passing attack. They locked up Baker Mayfield, still have Evans, Wirfs, Irving, and brought back Chris Godwin. Then added another stud and rookie Emeka Egbuka. They are NFC South favorites again for a reason. Depth, talent, continuity. Tampa's offense should be an absolute juggernaut. Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward. Taking the top QB in a meh class is kind of scary, but Tennessee needed to do something bold. Cam Ward has the arm talent and mobility. Scouts pegged him as having superstar potential. Maybe don't expect instant wins, but hey, they had the number 1 pick for a reason. But Ward's presence means something very real. There is finally a vision again down in the Music City. Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels. Offensive Rookie of the Year, 3,568 yards passing. Oh, and 891 yards turned in on the ground. 31 total TDs and a few MVP votes to boot. Yeah, needless to say, there's gonna be some sky-high expectations for Jaden Daniels heading into 2025. But hey, if anyone is ready for it, it's Daniels. Plus, they added support with names like Tunsil, Debo, Connerly Jr., so the sophomore leap could be very real. Tools are all there. If Daniels continues to develop, so does Washington's Super Bowl dream. But hey, what do you think was the best reason to be optimistic about your favorite team's season? What do you think we're right on here? What do you think we're wrong about? Was there anything that we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, well, hey, clicking that like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.